Hello, welcome back to Satisfactory. I am Maker Gaming, and I think today the plan is to unlock Mk4 belts, but we got to catch up a little ways before that. Before we leave, let's just make note. There's a nuclear hog here. He's attacked me a lot off air past few months, but I've left him up here through it all. Thanks for watching. He's got good aim. Told ya. So in the last few episodes I was doing a lot of Fixmas stuff and the Phase 2 stuff. Because of that, I had a lot of waiting involved with all that. And so I did a lot of stuff on air. I mean, I recorded it, but when I was going to edit it, I decided I didn't really want to edit it. So I think I'm just going to float up here and talk about a couple things. First thing I did is I noticed that this area, now that it's got the batteries and the quick wire, kind of decided this is just a good area to get my permanent starter base. So real simply, I kind of just followed the lines here. Kind of this front line here, and then this kind of made a little piece of a circle, and then ended it off to there. And yeah, I'm kind of doing that with these other platforms up here, slowly but surely. And just to renote, the new cog chases me constantly. But yeah, this is going to be where my starter base is, and the whole purpose of that is so that I can get rid of all that nonsense down there. The next thing to note would be this empty lake area, which we are about to take and make water extractors. I added 16 there, made a little storage unit over it. I added 6 more there, and I ran better pipes. So yeah, the plan's to get all the starter base up here soon enough, but to do that, I mean, so I can delete all this nonsense. But to do that, we have a few steps, so let's go look at those steps in our current playthrough. And we want to note how many power plants we have over there. 8, got, I don't know, 22-ish. Alright, back in my real world, a little bit of comparison. It's crazy, the parachute, how high, how long you float. You really just stay up here forever. But anyways, so we've got layers we're working with here. We got that main bottom layer. We've got some 4-meter signs as lights running down the top and bottom. And then we have kind of more platforms coming out as we figure them out. This is slowly becoming like my designer fields. I'm not loving it. I'll get rid of it at some point. But just working on shapes. Let's go look at the water and then yeah, get inside and unlock some belts. We need the belts for the power. As you can see, we put some more gens up. I think we're up to 45-ish. Well, let's look in here. The plan is we are trying to fix up pretty much all of the Dune Desert and finish it off so we can get out of here. I don't want to leave anything kind of half-assed, especially our starter base looks so bad. But so this is one of the first cases of trying to organize things, especially power. So we have 15 water extractors in here, which comes out to 1,800 cubic meters of water. We get 300 a pipe, so we have 6 pipes coming out. fairly well organized, especially for me. Let's see. So we've got 2 coming here, going into this bottom one. Follow this bottom one out, and it combines with the 3rd one. That 3rd one is also split off to add to these 2, so we're getting 360 for each of those. And then we have the main 10 running down the middle. I kind of like this pipe design. We got 2 coming in here, and 2 more, and then we have a split there, and then adding this one into it, so that gets us our 360 into those 2 pipes. I'm sorry, 300 into each of those 2 pipes. Then we got this one splitting here, and then 2 and 2, and then yeah, all those come out semi-orderly. And we're running these all the way down to the power plant. We also fixed up those 3 I showed at the beginning. Yeah, I think it was 3. Got these more orderly now. I don't know why that one's sideways. But yeah, I just wanted a little bit cleaner of a look for all this stuff. And I think we're getting it now finally. I really like that look. Can't wait to be rid of you. We also put a little, we put some walls, windows up, covered up our original 8. And then we added a whole, well, let's look at it from the back, from where the pipes go in. Sorry to review all this, but I figured it was better than editing down hours and hours of footage that I didn't think was super great. I like this, having these 6 verticals going down into this design of 6 flat. So yeah, we're coming here. And we haven't finished this, but we've got them all lined up to here now. We've got this subfloor. I laid it all the way down. Then I came down here and put pipeline supports directly below the outputs, or sorry, the inputs. And then did horizontal to vertical belt, or horizontal to vertical piping. And we're slowly connecting all these, and then we'll connect as needed from below. This is not ordered in any way, I just kept going with whatever parts I had to make them. I can go farther if I want, but I'll kind of have to rethink some of these paths, which is fine. We'll take care of quartz later, that's still good enough temporary solution. I'm liking this look though. So yeah, sorry, that was kind of a big summary, but it's kind of a lot of work. Especially the pipes. I'm not real great at laying the pipes. So the big thing about having Mark IV belts is that we can start getting the full use out of, well, maybe not the full use, but we can get more use out of Mark II miners. On a pure node, things like that, with the bigger numbers, like the 240s. We can actually start putting shards to those and getting up to 480 off of those miners. And that just feeds many more generators. So let's do that now. Well, depending on if we have it. I do believe we have rubber. Alright, give me a second for materials. BRB. You know what? We might not actually have enough modular frames. That's funny. I'm 15 off. I'm 13 off. Oh, feels good to launch that button and skip whatever Ada has to say.
Transportation of resources can reach new
Alright, back to home base. Maybe we should wait for the daytime. Never tell how this is going to look on YouTube. Quote board updates. What else? We do have power coming up soon. We are going to try and separate everything. And then what I was kind of talking about, finishing the Dune Desert. Hey, we got a couple spots. Boom, boom. I kind of want to skip that. Run coal and water to new generators. I think that's the new plan. This will not all be done in this episode. If we get to here, I'll be happy. But I mean, we could end the episode. We have Mk4 belts unlocked, and we are up to date in terms of new stuff in the Dune Desert. So I guess I can wait till daytime before we do something else. Damn scheduling. Alright, I went and did some numbers, just counting everything, making sure I had everything exactly accurate. So we're getting a full pipe, 300 from each of these pipes. And then we had 3 pipes coming off of over here, so we had 900 cubic meters coming off this bottom one. Down there, 2 of those feed our original 8, and then 1 comes up here. So, long story short, 900 total in our existing loop, and we're only actually feeding 16. So we want to feed the full 20 with this loop before we start messing with the 6 new lines. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we stick with the old design for these last ones before we start going into that underfloor stuff. That should do it. Get all these connections. I'm holding control here. Quick color job. This copper is awesome still. You know what's funny is we might just be able to hook it up and be done, depending on how much coal we have coming through. This looks like all I did is just stop it there. I think it's going to take a while for these to fill, but we should be square for these 20. If all my calculating was correct. It's going to take a while for that water to penetrate through that whole system, catch up over here, I think. Now the next thing we got to do is start counting coal. $15 a minute. So we need 150 for every 10. So we need 300 for these 20. We're running on 270 belts. Let's start at our source, right? So we have our first 8 in this building. Let's find what coal is feeding this and see what we can do to that belt. Alright, so we only have 120 coming in here. Alright, we have full belt options now, so we're going to get this one down to the actual 120 we need. We're going to try and make everything exact starting now. Alright, we only need 120. Let's only send 120. Easy peasy. Alright, this is now our permanent line. What is that? 300 a minute out of these? Awesome. Alright, so we're getting 300 now. Now we can mark forward to the splitter. And still have our 120 coming out here. If we had more 120s, we're making all this exact. I'm gonna go pick up the 120s I need. We want to be the final time we're touching all these things. This is like the backup coal power we're gonna leave for the final game. We want everything pristine, so let me grab those supplies and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is kind of one of our final miners in terms of, till Mark 3, but when we get to Mark 3 miners, we're not going to care about coal power. I'm just going to start doing this. I'll probably go offline again because it's just I'm just going to basically go to all the lines, make sure we're maxed out. Oh, that's not good. It's actually going to make us lose power for a couple minutes. Hopefully our production can handle it. We'll be alright. Like I said though, give me a minute. I'm going to optimize all these, then I'll just come back and explain it. I think it's the smartest way. Get us through most painlessly. Alright, checking in. I have the first two 300 per minute miners figured out. Feeds our original machines, then it feeds 10 more up top, and now we have it feeding 22 more on top of that. What is that? 32, 40 machines? Does that sound right? At 15 for 600 a minute, yeah. So I figured our power is getting kind of squirrely. Is there anywhere? I don't have any dang outlets. It's actually getting very close to power kind of hitting. So I'm kind of wanting to turn these on. I guess if I turn them all on, what's it going to cost? 300 megawatts? That's expensive. And it's going to take a while to get those feeding all the way down the line. So that actually might not be the best in terms of avoiding a power outage. Just got to hope some of this water gets us where we need to go. Yeah, because both of these numbers are jumping like crazy as this water fills into those 4 new machines. So yeah, it looks like we're anywhere between 2 and 500, which turning on 300 megawatts is definitely not the best idea for that. Unless we were to turn off some of our machines. Some of our factories. Man, I'm so pumped to be playing right now. I'm so pumped to might not be the most fun thing to watch, that's why I'm kind of trying to jump through it, but I'm so excited to get this place cleared out. This mess. And we could add so many more coal generators, I think. This water takes us good to there. We still have another, what, 900 coming? Is that another 20? Oh, that might actually be perfect if it's to that one. Well, I guess we'll find out. So yeah, these are water and piped. But these just are not getting the water they should be yet. And that always happens when you get like a big system going. The water takes forever. But man, it always seems like something's going wrong. But it's usually, like I said, just takes forever to fill. Maybe I should try and jump back again, skipping all the way through. Let's see. We'll see how far I get. Alright, I've got a lot of these hooked up, full of coal, but the water's going to take forever to fill these things up. So, because I put so much onto the grid by adding those 1800 cubic meters of water extractors, I really need to find something to turn off just to make sure. I guess it could be this for now. That's a lot. We turned off the steel plant, everything that way. Alright, production's actually starting to go up, so maybe we don't have to worry about that just yet. As long as these pumps are working correctly, and it looks like they are. Looks like we beat the crunch. Because earlier when I was looking at it, these were just getting closer and closer to each other, but looks like a lot of them, I don't know, maybe loading the game back up, slosh some water around for me. Yeah, so everything past this is coming on and off now. Actually, it's everything from here on. So the water is working. This is a previous water issue from the first 3 pipes that we haven't figured out yet. So boom, we're rolling. Eventually. And you know, because those other pipes aren't doing anything right now, realistically, I could hook up a couple more of them into these lines just to... Do I want to do that? I don't think I want to do that right now. Okay, so my plan was to not talk, and here I am talking. I need to get a lot done, so I'm just gonna probably turn off my microphone and just record and maybe do some time lapse at some point. Because this is all just going to be very repetitive stuff. We have the Mk4 belts now. To make use of them, we have to connect a lot of stuff. So here we go. This is a great start though. Just seeing parts of them on. I'll be back. I should just come back done. You know, maybe I should have recorded that because I went faster than I thought it would. We have everything hooked up that we can hook up. We still have the last 2 lines open. That is 600 cubic meters of water that we are not using. The reason we're not using them is because we ended up just being perfect in terms of water usage through the gens we had built. I just had to build this one last one at the end. And so now the water is perfectly distributed up until those 2 extra pipes that we can, I don't know, use for something else. We have them piped to here if we want them, or we can bend them back and use them somewhere else. Coal is good, except I need to get Mk4 belts. This coal right here is actually the coal that's feeding the last section of belts, the last section of gens. Let me rephrase that. That coal source goes all the way to the end, and then comes riding up top over here, over what's already being fed, and then starts to feed starting here. That to that is noted here. We have 14 gens on the second cold line, so we need to mark belt. We need to Mk4 belt all the way back to the nodes. Make sure the nodes are set to whatever 250%, and get the full 480 belt out here. If we want, with the 600 leftover water, if we want to add more. But all I have to do now is just wire these last ones, so feeling pretty good. I say we end it, because, you know, in my head I'm thinking it's a 20-minute episode, but after editing it's always, what, 40? This is just eyeballing. What's nice is everything was hooked up except power, so all these filled up with water. So the water drag that I'm having with the first set of units shouldn't be happening here. Oh, look at all them greens. Got a yellow, we got a red. Why is this one red? Just water? It shows red. Either way, we still have these problem children, which is annoying. It means we're gonna have fluctuate. You know what? Why is this water looking so? Why is our water being choked off for this system? We have the right numbers coming in. I guess we're not gonna worry about it because, come on, this was all about Mk4. Well, maybe not all about it. It was more about catching up. But yeah, I didn't do any numbers in terms of what's our total now. We had 1,800. So we doubled, and it's fluctuating. But that is going to help us get our starters. It's going to get our starter iron, our starter copper, and our starter base making base materials. And those are all coming up soon. That's the plan coming up after this. That's exciting. I think we should end it there. Hopefully by the time I come back we'll have these little fluctuations gone and we'll have a total number figured out. But man, I'm pumped. We just doubled our power. And we're finally on the road to organized power breakers and such. That's it, man. Thanks for watching. See you soon.